What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Bees. I'm a wife, a mom, a military veteran, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing. Grateful to have healed my way out of it, and I'm using all of my social media platforms to raise awareness on the dangers of multi-level marketing and the tactics that some of these distributors use to try and recruit you. If you are brand new here, hello. So glad that you are here. Shout out to all of the members. Shout out to everybody that has subscribed. I appreciate you guys so much. If you would like to connect with me on social media, here are my handles. I'm pretty much on Instagram and TikTok, although I do also have a podcast, merch, members only Discord. You can check out the link in the video description for more information on that. And today I'm pretty excited about this. I've actually been wanting to film this for quite some time. I was a part of a company called Lovewinx, and I am going to put the card up here so you guys can see like my full kind of video on it, my experience, that kind of thing. But today I want to cover their income disclosure statement because they recently put this out. Income disclosure statements, for those that maybe aren't aware, are really important because one, they're not standardized across the companies. They're also not required. However, I think it's really important for these companies, these multi-level marketing companies, to provide income disclosure statements so that there are realistic expectations. And that's something that the anti-MLM movement is really big on. Let's just provide everybody all of the information. And so the trouble with some of these income disclosure statements is the fact that they're all kind of different. And sometimes the information doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And you have to kind of interpret each income disclosure statement in a different way, kind of. So not kind of, they're all different. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Lovewinx income disclosure statement. I have provided the link to this, so if you want to see it in front of you while we're talking about it, that's cool. I'm also going to provide it here at the bottom or somewhere so that you guys can see it. Okay, so this was put out sometime this year, not that long ago, and there are 7 ranks within Lovewinx: consultant, senior consultant, manager, director, senior director, national director, executive director. And just like other companies, it is volume based, like group volume, organizational volume. There's personal volume requirements, and there also is, you have to place an order every month to stay active. And so let's just go through this because there are so many things that I want to talk about on this income disclosure statement that don't really make a lot of sense. And I feel like it's a data sheet, if you will, that is representing kind of a word salad. You'll see what I mean here shortly. So let's just look at the first level. So consultant, average hours worked per week, 6. I have a real problem with this column, average hours worked per week, because does that include just parties? Are they saying, because when I was a part of this company, they would say every party is about 2 to 3 hours, depending on the size. So does that include, is that 2 parties a week? Does that include all of the prep time, the travel time to get to the parties, the time that you take processing the back orders, mailing out? Does that include all of that? Or is this just at the parties? Because I think that that's very, very deceiving to say, oh, well, you worked 6 hours and then this is your average pay that you're going to get, which we'll see in a second that it's not that great. The number of consultants at this consultant rank, which means they don't have any team members. That's really, really important. It's just them, is 6,552 people. And then the percentage of all consultants per rank, the 87.9345% of people in this company are at this rank. Why is this significant? We'll get there in a second. The highest annual earnings per consultant is $1,752.12. The lowest annual earnings per consultant is $4.20. The average, which is the most important number when you're looking at an income disclosure statement like this, is $8.87 per month. Now, Why is this significant? If 87, almost 88% of people in the company are only earning $8.87, they're probably coming out of pocket every month or every other month. I can't remember what the exact requirement is, but they're paying to stay active. Essentially, if they're not doing parties, maybe they do a party every now and then, but they're making on average, according to Lovewinx, $8.87 a year. Actually, let's look that up. Let's look up what they have to do in order to stay active, because I can't remember if it's every month or every other month. I'm thinking it's every month. So they have a monthly personal retail sales, and for monthly personal retail sales requirement. So at a consultant level, it's $100 retail, depending on where they're at. You know, if they're at a 25% buying discount or a 40%, because it does change by rank. They probably, in my opinion, based on my experience, they're probably coming out of pocket a lot just to stay active, or they're begging their friends and family to place an order, or they're doing, you know, discounts where basically you are giving other people your buying discount just to stay active, and you're essentially working for free, which is something that we see a lot in these multi-level marketing companies. So $8.87 is the average annual income for almost 88% of the company. The total of all product bonus credit. And so what that basically means is that you earn $50 in free product per 1,000 that you sell, all the way up to $500 if you have 10,000 in volume. So they're putting this in their income disclosure statement. Why are they putting this in their income disclosure statement? Because this number, which is $27,100 that these people are earning from probably coming out of pocket, in my opinion, that goes on their 1099. So they're paying tax on that. That is a source of income. And if you are in a multi-level marketing company, and I've mentioned this several times, and I'm going to mention it several more times. If you are in a multi-level marketing company, I want to encourage you to get an itemized 1099 from your company and look and see what's on it. For most people in this company, they have no idea that their free product credit is going on their 1099. No idea. So if you're in an MLM, ask for an itemized 1099 and just look at it. You don't even have to share. Like you don't need to tell me. This is just me. Just look. Just look. Okay. Months in company highest is 87 months, which Lovewinx was incorporated in 2014, the same year that. Is it the same year? I think it's the same year that Slumber Parties was purchased by Pure Romance. So I find that really interesting too. Months in company lowest, 9 months. Months in company average, 82 months. So these are people, like, let's put this into perspective. These beginning ranks in the company it's really important that we talk about this, because these people typically, based off my experience, are the ones that are paying to continue to have a business, and they don't see it unless they're doing a profit and loss statement. They don't see it. And hopefully this video helps people within this company to see it. So yeah, very interesting. Next rank is senior consultant. That's when you have one distributor that signs, or consultant that signs up under you. 657, or excuse me, average hours worked per week, 9. Again, what all does that include? And we'll talk about that. Hopefully, maybe it's in the fine print down here at the bottom that we'll get to. 657 people are at this rank in the company, which is 8.8176%. So you have the majority of people that are making $8.87 a year. And when they sign one person, they now are moved up into less than 10%, less than 9% of the company. Highest annual earnings per consultant, $1,378.42. The lowest annual earnings per consultant, $2 for the year. Let's not forget, for the year. I mean, And then average annual earnings per consultant at this rank of senior consultant is $92.84. So they're making under $100 for the year, but their free product credit is $41,800. Again, that goes on their 1099. And the really interesting part about that is that I remember that being flipped to, well, you can sell this for 100% profit. But many people don't, unless you're doing a ton of parties. Yeah. Months in company, 87 months. Months in the company, lowest 1 month. Months in company average, 47. So for the average number of people at this rank and the time frame that they're at this rank, making $92.84 on average per year, is 47 months. So they're essentially paying to stay active if they're not doing parties. And they've done that for 47 months. All right, manager is the next rank, 11 months, 147 consultants have hit this rank in the company. 1.9% of all consultants are this rank in the company. 1.9%, less than 2% have hit this rank. And I think you have to have like 4 consultants under you. And let's just double check. 3 consultants. You have to have 2,500 in personal retail sales and downline monthly retail sales. And you have to have, for yourself, you have to have 1,200 in monthly personal retail sales. So you have to be placing $1,200 in volume. That has to be it has to be ordered by you a month in order to get paid at this rank. So let's see, highest annual earnings per consultant, $9,843.90. The lowest is $2.32. The average is $548.17 for the year. So they're working, according to them, 11 hours, although I know firsthand, based off of my experience, that they are working far more than 11 hours a week, especially if they're doing multiple parties or they're doing, Facebook parties and the prep work and all of that stuff. Like, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Total of all product bonus credit per rank. The total of all product bonus credit per rank. So the way that that's worded, I should have caught this earlier, my apologies, but the way that that is worded is that the free product credit that all these people in this rank have earned for the year? So if it's, let's just use this as an example, $50,350 in free product credit for the managers. And if there's 147 people at that rank, so that 50,000 is divided, amongst the 147 people. It's very interesting how this is all worded. And this is the very problem with income disclosure statements, is the fact that they are all different. They can put whatever data they want in here. And this is why there was such a push with the FTC, especially with the lifestyle claims and all of that stuff, is we really want to standardize this so that people see the whole picture before they join or not. That's it. So 87 months is the company highest. So these are people that joined when Lovewinx was started. The months in company lowest is 5 months, and then 50 is the average. So again, 50 months at this rank are earning $548.17 for the year. And the amount of time, energy, and effort that it takes to operate a 1099 business like this, where you're doing parties, whether it's online or you're doing online sales. I used to do like lingerie parties where I would upload albums of all the lingerie that I had and all of this stuff. Like, you're not getting paid for your time. This chart is even showing that. I don't agree with the average hours worked per week, because again, there's from what I've seen so far of this, there's not really any information on it. Like what does that include? Does that include social media? Does that include prepping for the party? Does that include, taking pictures of your product, the back orders, going to the store and buying more pens or ordering from Amazon and packing all that up? Does that include stamping or labeling your catalogs that you have to order out of pocket, the ordering forms, the plastic bags? Like, what is included in these hours? That's what I want to know. Lovewinx, Jamie Lamp, if you can answer that for me, that'd be great. Okay, that's the president, by the way, not the CEO, the president. Okay, then we have director. Director is alleged to be 15 hours a week. 61 people in the company are a director. 0.8187% of the company are this rank. 0.8187. The highest annual earnings per consultant is $7,145.76. The lowest is $40.86 with an average of $1,679.25 annually. So that's less than $200 a month. But they're working 15 hours a week. So they're working 60 hours, according to this, in a month, and they're getting paid annually $1,679.25. Let's do some quick math. So that being said, $1,679.25, and we're going to divide that by 12 months. So it's $139.93 on average, according to this income disclosure statement provided to us from Lovewinx. Now, if they're allegedly working 15 hours a week, so that means that they're working 60 hours a month. So let's take that $139.93, which is the annual average income divided by 12 months. And let's divide that by 60 hours. They're making $2.33 based off of this income disclosure statement. And in my opinion, they're probably making even less, because I've said it several times on this video, but I don't agree with the average hours worked. There's a lot of fine print that they're not printing, if you catch what I mean. Okay. Then we have senior director, which is 18 hours worked per week. I'm still mind blown. $2.33 an hour is what these people are making, according to this. Like, let's pause there. Okay. Senior director, 18 hours on average worked per week. 23 consultants are at this rank in the company, which was the rank that I was at right before I left. Percentage of all consultants per rank, 0.3087 are at this rank. The highest annual earnings per consultant, $16,391.69. The lowest is $301.09, excuse me. And the average annual earnings per consultant is $4,631.62 for the year. So they're working more, they're getting paid a little bit more, but when you look at how that breaks down per month, and when you look at what it costs if you're not doing parties and the time, and you break down all of the pieces, this chart looks beautiful. But when you really look and you start to do some math on your own, it doesn't really make any sense at all. The total of all product bonus credit per rank, $29,800, which is interesting because those numbers are going down as the ranks go up. So could that be because there's less people? Probably. 87 months is how many months in company highest? 87 months. So since Lovewinx was started, essentially. Months in company lowest, 21 months, and then months in company average, 75 months. So very interesting. National director, 28 hours per week. So senior director, national director, I think is where you see team trainings and stuff like that, because they have more than one team member under them. And so The increase of hours makes sense because as you move up in ranks, you're required to do more and more. So training and all of that stuff. So that part makes sense. There are 5 consultants at the national director level in the company, or 0.0671% of reps in this company are this rank. The highest annual earnings per consultant, $52,976.63. And the lowest is $11,410.75. The average is $29,413.70. Let's do the same thing that I just did, because $29,000 on paper looks incredible. That could help a lot of people, right? I mean, even just a little bit. But let's do some math again, because I think that it's interesting, and I really feel like we need to have this conversation, because there is so much more time that you put in with working for as a contracted employee, essentially distributor, 1099 contracted salesperson. That's essentially what this is. And the hours that you're going to have to work. So $29,413.70. And if it's, okay, so let's divide that by 12 months. So $2,451.14. And let's divide that by the average hours worked per week. So that's 112 hours per month. So let's take the 29,413 and 70 cents. Okay, so 29,413.70 divided by 12. And now let's take that and divide it by 112, which is the average monthly hours worked according to this chart. So $21.88 at the second to the highest rank is what people make according to this chart. $11,400 in free product credit was paid out to people at this rank. 87 months is the highest that people have been at this rank in this company. 41 months is the lowest. 72 months is the average. Now, you can see the income changing and increasing on paper because you have to build a team, which is one of the many issues that the anti-MLM movement has, is the emphasis on recruiting other people to sign up and buy the starter package and start doing parties and all of that stuff. This is not, I don't know how they think that this is a good thing. Because if you look at this and you go, okay, in order for me to make any decent money, I have to hit national director or above. I have to hit the top 2 ranks in the company. But when you look at this, there's only 5 people that have hit the second to the top rank, or 0.06% of everybody in the company have hit that rank. So in my opinion, this is where you just got to believe in yourself and mindset and just keep showing up. And that's where all of that starts to really, manipulate people to stick around. Meanwhile, you have these people at some of the beginning ranks in this company that are coming out of pocket, or they're begging their friends and family or previous hostesses. And, hey, I'm having a, 50% off sale, 35% off sale. Did you want to get a refill on any of your products? Meanwhile, they're working for free. That's where I picture this as like a manipulation cycle. There's probably a term for that, but that's how I see all of this. So then national director, okay, we talked about that. Let's talk about executive director, which is the top rank in the company. 32 hours per week is what they are estimated to work. Six people in the company have hit this rank. 0.08% of people in the company are at this rank. The highest annual earnings per consultant is $94,899.64. The lowest is $520.03 for the year. The average of these 6 people is $22,943.81. So they are at a higher rank than national directors, and they're making less money. What? $4,300 in free product credit was paid out to these people. 87 months in the company is the highest average. 21 months is the lowest, and 76 months is the average. I want to talk about the fine print on this document. So I'm going to read this, so bear with me. The above figures are reflective from 2021. Please note that these figures do not represent a consultant's profit from party or individual customer sales, as the company does not keep track of consultant party sales, only the products they choose to purchase. So these numbers are from consultants going to the website and ordering product. What I know based off of my experience is there are many reps that will take and encourage their new people to take the profit if they had a party and roll that into stock. So that's what these numbers are reflecting as I read this. It's not the profit from parties. It is actually what that consultant actually ordered through the website. And then they're taking the buying discount from, allegedly, in my opinion, they're taking the buying discount for each rank. And then they're saying, okay, well, if everybody at the consultant level, sold $1,000, I'm just throwing out random numbers, then that means they made $350. You see what I'm saying? Like but that's not actually what it's very confusing. That part is very confusing. The products they choose to purchase. The figures above refer to gross income from commissions, total income before any expenses are deducted. Let's talk about what some of those expenses are that are not typically talked about with companies like this. When you give that 10% hostess credit, that comes out of your profit. The free gift for the hostess, which is a requirement with this company, or at least it used to be, is that also comes out of your pocket. That comes out of your stock. You pay for that. Any games for prizes or prizes for games, that all comes out of your pocket. If you do a booking game and offer any kind of specials or sales, those discounts and stuff, they come out of your profit. The other expenses that you have in companies like this, I kind of mentioned it earlier, but you got to order new catalogs. You have to order forms, the plastic bags for the discreet ordering. There's all kinds of pens, lap boards, those types of things. Excuse me, are all expenses. Yes, you can deduct them, but when you're making, let's just look at the consultant's numbers, $8.87 for the year, you're also coming out of pocket for all of these things that I just mentioned. So they're in the hole and they're literally paying to say that they run and operate a Lovewinx business. Yikes. Okay. The expenses a consultant incurs in the operation of his or her Lovewinx business varies widely. Expenses for consultants can be several hundred or thousands of dollars annually. The other expense that I didn't mention is attending trainings, because there is a major push, in my opinion, so you can continue to be indoctrinated in the belief in the company. It's so exciting. Get a picture with Jamie. Get a picture. It's nothing but an indoctrination event. And yes, I've attended. Okay. You should factor in estimated expenses when projecting potential profits. Such operating expenses could include advertising and promotional expenses, product samples, training, travel, telephone and internet costs, business equipment, and miscellaneous expenses. I actually appreciate the fact that they are giving specifics. The problem that I have with this is that they don't teach their people how to do all of this. If it's a business, you should be teaching them, in my opinion, how to do taxes and the things, you need to track and how to track it and all of that stuff. And when I was in, my experience was, I can't give you legal tax advice. Go see an accountant and, they can help you. The earnings of the consultants in this chart are not necessarily representative of the income, if any, that a consultant can or will earn through his or her participation in the Lovewinx compensation plan. These figures should not be considered as guarantees or projections of your actual earnings or profits. Then why do you have it as the annual average income? Do you see the word salad, like the talking in circles kind of thing that I was mentioning at the beginning of this? Yeah. I feel like this next sentence is all about shaming people that it doesn't work for them, which is probably a lot of people just looking at this chart. I feel like, there's so much emphasis in a lot of these companies and many of the leaders when people leave that they're like, oh, they didn't work. They were lazy. They didn't do what I asked them to do. They didn't go live. They didn't do this. And to put it off on the person, the individual, but it's the business model. Look at the income disclosure statement here. This is designed to benefit the people at the top. And I've talked about this before, and many other creators have as well, but the way that money flows in the MLM is the problem. It's not the shape. It's not the hierarchy, if you will. It's the way that money flows. The money flows up. So as these consultants are trying to stay active and they're either coming out of pocket or they're begging their friends and family, or they're throwing together like a hostess appreciation party or something like that, it's costing them, whether it's time, energy, or money, and that money is flowing up. Who benefits on the consultants that are coming out of pocket to stay active? Their leader is. So it's the way that money flows, and this chart shows it perfectly. It's really all about recruiting. Whoever has the biggest team wins. That's what we're seeing. So this last sentence is really interesting to me. Any representation or guarantee of earnings would be misleading. Success with Lovewinx results only comes from successful sales efforts, which require hard work, diligence, and leadership. Your success will depend upon how effectively you exercise these qualities. Actually, you are successful in MLM companies when you sell and you recruit. Yeah. So there's that. So yeah, I've been meaning to make this video for a while because I think I wanted to do kind of like a deep dive on the income disclosure statement. I find it really interesting that they put this out and they're thinking that this is a good thing, which I could probably say for a lot of income disclosure statements that come from these MLM companies. But yeah, don't join an MLM. Don't do that. Don't join Lovewinx, in my opinion. Absolutely not. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that nobody talks about. The prepping to get ready, the boiling of the hot heart massager. I remember all of this stuff because I used to beg my husband to help me because I was so exhausted. The traveling to and from the parties, just the expectations, dress a certain way, talk a certain way, don't eat the hostess's food, just don't do it. Okay. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you love this video and love this kind of deep dive of an income disclosure statement, give me a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you. Appreciate you guys watching. Love your commentary, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.